Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to talk about our next planet, that is Venus. So far we have discussed till Mercury, and we have seen that what are the various sorts of professions or career fields which are represented by Mercury. And as you all know that we are going through the series based on career, a full-fledged series which has 4 sub parts to it, and we have completed our first part, that is career through zodiac signs. The second part we are going through, that is the career through planets. In the next part we will see the career through houses, and in the last one we will talk about career through nakshatras. And after combining the results from all 4 according to your horoscope, you will easily find out the best suited profession for you through your horoscope. Okay, so today let's discuss about Venus. And before discussing about Venus, the professions related to Venus, we should first learn that how from your horoscope you can find out that is Venus that planet which is playing a vital role as towards deciding your career or profession or not. Is Venus that planet which will give rise in your career or not? So how to find out that planet, we should learn that first. Okay, so if any of you want to view this whole video in Hindi, can check out the link shown below in the description. So let's talk about the method first, and I am going to tell you through 2 charts the analysis of the planet, which is very important through your horoscope. We will analyze that planet through, we will find out that planet through 2 charts by the use of 2 charts. No need to get confused. The first is your main birth chart. As you all know what is your main birth chart, how your horoscope looks like. What is your main birth chart? It's the same thing. Your horoscope, your main birth chart, your lagna chart, it's all the same thing. The main birth chart is the first chart we will look at, and the next is your divisional chart, which is the D10 chart, the Dashmansha chart, D10/Dashmansha chart. So these 2 charts, through these 2 charts we will look out that what is that planet which is very important for your career prospect. Now what is D10? D10 is the detailed version of the 10th house of your main birth chart. In your main birth chart, when you look at your 10th house, when you study that 10th house in detail, a further chart only of the 10th house is made. A complete chart only representing the 10th house status is made, and that is known as divisional chart 10 or Dashmansha chart, which is extremely important for determining your career, for analyzing your career, and it is solely responsible for career. So without your D10 you cannot analyze, you cannot predict a person's future. Okay, so now just keep your focus. I am going to tell you the method now. So keep your 100% focus on your main birth chart, keep your D10 aside. Now you have to look on your main birth chart or lagna chart, and there are 5 conditions which I am going to tell you, and you have to match those conditions one by one. You have to apply those conditions in your horoscope one by one. Actually the method which I am going to tell you is applicable to each and every planet, but I am going to tell you only in the context of Venus because we are discussing Venus today, that's why. So how to see that? Just keep your focus now on your lagna chart or your main birth chart. Just see that if in your main birth chart, if the ruler of the 10th house is Venus, then Venus is very important for your horoscope, for you in terms of your career. Then the second condition which you have to see, that if Venus is sitting in the 10th house of your main birth chart, then Venus plays an important role. If Venus is completely aspecting the 10th house, then Venus plays an important role. And by complete aspect I mean that Venus is the only planet which is looking at the 10th house and no other planet is sitting in the 10th house. Okay, this means that Venus is in the 4th house directly looking to the 10th house, and no other planet is aspecting or no other planet is sitting in the 10th house. Okay, this you have to see in your main birth chart. Now come on to your D10 chart or Dashmansha chart. Keep your main birth chart aside. Just see in your D10 chart the following conditions which I am going to tell you. Just see that is Venus the lord of the first house or the 10th house of your D10 chart or not. If Venus is the lord of the first house of your D10 chart or Dashmansha chart, or it is the lord of the 10th house of your Dashmansha chart or D10 chart, then Venus plays an important role. And if Venus is sitting in the first house of your D10 chart, then Venus plays an important role. And I am not telling you about further conjunctions and further aspects in D10 or in main birth chart. You don't have to go into much detail, because the more you will go into detail, the more are the chances that you will end up getting a wrong profession for yourself. That's why. So I am telling you only the necessary conditions which will give you the approximate result and which will be correct. So so this is how you have to see. No other things you have to see on the basis of nakshatra or conjunctions or aspects, that we will talk about in further videos. I am going to tell you each and everything in further videos when we will discuss about nakshatras. But here just do the things which I am telling you right now. Okay, now what you have to do is if you are arriving at when you are concluding, if you are arriving at more than one planet, for example, out of 5 conditions when you applied, 2 times Venus arrived, 2 times Venus arrived, and 3 times rest of the 3 times 3 other planets come, like 2 times Venus was there, 1 time Saturn comes, 1 time Mercury, and 1 time Sun. So you will take that planet which is occurring maximum number of times, which is coming maximum number of times. So this is how you have to calculate. Now again I am telling you that you don't only have to see individually, you have to combine and club the results from the zodiac sign, from the nakshatra, from the house, and from the planet. When you will combine the results from all 4 of these, then you will come to a concrete conclusion, otherwise not. And because you have, why you have to do this is because a planet sits in a particular zodiac sign, in a particular house, in a particular nakshatra. So you have to combine the results of all 4 to see the actual effect. If you are taking individually, then you are just not coming into the center. That's why you are not coming into the actual thing. You are just around the boundary, not in the center. That's why. Now let's see that what are the professions which come under Venus. Now what is Venus? Venus is the lord of the Taurus zodiac sign and Libra zodiac sign. So it has all the career or professions or career fields which are represented by these 2 zodiac signs. So, and what is Venus itself? Venus is all about luxuries, is all about show. So, and it's all about passion, love, romance. So what kinds of professions does it include? First of all, Venus shows arts, cinema, dance, drama, acting, music, entertainment, performance, stage performance, your advertising. Painters are seen through this. Painters are seen through Venus. Then sculptors are seen through Venus. But for painting as well as sculpting, Mercury involvement should be there, because it utilizes your hand movement. That's why Venus gives creativity, Mercury transforms that creativity into originality, into reality. That's why. So for painting and sculpting, Mercury involvement should be there. Then it shows all sorts of creative jobs, like creative writing or poetry. These all creative jobs come under Venus, where your idea is involved, where your thinking is involved, where your perception towards something is involved. That sort of career option or profession comes under Venus, where your imagination is utilized. So these all professions are represented by Venus. Then Venus is all about luxuries, all sorts of luxury items, all sorts of luxury goods, huge mansions, people who make out the living through their mansions or big bungalows. These kinds of professions comes under Venus. Then people who work under who work with the luxury cars. For example, name all those brands, big brands like Mercedes, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Maserati, Rolls Royce, Jaguar. Just name them. These all sorts of luxury cars and the people involved in the business of these cars or any sort of dealing with these cars, they come under Venus, because luxury is represented by Venus, and these all things are showy. So all show off things comes under Venus. Then Venus represents your fashion industry, each and everything in fashion. Because what is fashion? Fashion is all about show off, all about glamour, all about limelight. So all these professions comes under Venus. All those big brands, all big clothing lines, huge clothing lines like Versace, Armani, Gucci, Zara, all these brands you have heard of, they come under Venus. So for these for working in these sectors, for working in fashion industry, you should have a strong Venus, and if Venus is strong, then you can go. But for there should be other combinations also, you should have to check that. You just not have to see that from that Venus is there, no, this career is for me. You have to see other conjunctions, other combinations occurring in your horoscope. Now all the Venus represents your again luxury things like 5-star hotels, 5-star hotels, restaurants, bars, clubs, discs, pubs, then your fast food chains, they come under Venus. All sorts of food and beverages comes under Venus, because Venus is the lord of Taurus zodiac sign, and Taurus is the natural zodiac sign of second house. Second house is the house of food intake. So second house, Venus also represents alcoholic or non-alcoholic drinks, their manufacturing, their selling, their business, all sorts of these things comes under Venus. Food items comes under Venus. So these are the professions which come which are represented by Venus. Then there are some other things which are represented by Venus, like cosmetics, jewelries, then your furnitures, showcase items, handicrafts, perfumes, scents, flowers. So business of all these items, all these things, they are also represented by Venus. People who are involved in the business of these things, they are represented by Venus. Venus also shows wedding planners. Why? Because Venus is the natural planet for marriage. That's why Venus shows wedding planners. And as Venus is ruling Taurus zodiac sign, so it also shows the financial organizations and the money handling jobs, because second house is all about finance and money handling. That's why. So it shows money handling jobs, all sorts of financial jobs, treasury department, and Venus also shows marketing and tourism. So you have seen that there is a huge range of professions available or represented by Venus, which are ruled by Venus, controlled by Venus. So to pinpoint exact career option, exact career path, exact profession through your horoscope for yourself, you have to combine the results of all the four things. Okay, so we have discussed that what Venus represents and how to find out your main planet through your horoscope, which describes your career, which determines your career. So if you are new to my channel, subscribe below, and if you have any queries, you can mail me on my email ID. It's written in the description. If you have any if you want to know further updates, you have to check on our regular updates. You can check on my Facebook page also. Its link is provided in the description. And otherwise we will meet in the next video. In the next video we will talk about Jupiter, and we will see that what are the career options which are represented by Jupiter, and what are the how you can find out from your horoscope that Jupiter is playing an important role towards your career, towards the determination of a profession or not. So till then, goodbye and thank you.